Our next speaker, she's here and ready for us. Okay, I'm going to read her profile. Her name is Bunmi Adetiloye. She's going to be speaking on global mindset development. Bunmi Adetiloye is a doctoral researcher in guidance and counseling. She currently holds the position of a coaching administrator at Immense Inner Circle, an organization that has coached over 5,000 women globally. She is an educator, counselor, and coaching advisor. She has over 7 years experience in school management and organizational development. She is currently a PhD student of guidance and counseling at Obafemi Awolowo University, Nigeria. Bunmi Adetiloye is happily married to Dayo Adetiloye, and they are blessed with 2 children. So she will be taking us on the topic global mindset development. So we want you to pay attention, listen very well, and ask questions. You're welcome, man. Good to have you join the 2022 speaker of the Empowerment and Development Initiative for Global Empowerment Summit. Thank you so much. So you have the floor.
Okay, thank you so much. And I apologize for that. I was trying to make the sharing full screen, so I couldn't do that. Okay, back to what I'll be speaking about. I'll be speaking about global mindset development, and I'll be talking solely on mindset. So mindset is a way of thinking. It's the way we think. So the way you think actually shows the kind of mindset that you have. For instance, if somebody actually believes something or is saying something in a way, you believe that, how can this person be speaking this way? You know, let's say, for instance, somebody that has maybe money issue, like money mindset. You know, some people just believe that you can't just buy table water since there's sachet water. It's just a mindset. Somebody who has 50K in his pocket will still buy a pure water of 20 naira instead of buying the bottled water. It's a mindset. It's a way of thinking. It's just this person's thoughts. So mindset is also your collection of thoughts and beliefs that shape your thoughts and habits. It's the way we do things. It's a collection of thoughts. It's your thinking, your belief about things, your belief about your environment, your belief about your growing up. That's what shapes our habits. And our mindset impart on how we make sense to the world. The way your mindset is, it imparts on others. It imparts on people around you as well. If you have like for instance, if you have like a money mindset, a rich mindset, it will impact on people around you. People will know that, oh, this person actually has, you may not have money, but the way you think, the way you share ideas, they will just believe that this person is rich just because of the way you share your ideas. So there's a way our mindset imparts on how we think, on how we make sense to the world, on how we even make sense to ourselves and even others. So mindsets are those collections of beliefs and things and thoughts that make up our mental attitude, the way we think, our inclination, our habits, our dispositions that predetermines a person's interpretation and responses to events, circumstances, and situations. Our mindset actually has an impact on the way we react to things, the way we react to circumstances, the way we react to situations. So now we have like growth mindset and fixed mindsets, according to Drake. Drake was able to, he's a psychologist, he was able to develop this kind of mindset, 2 mindsets. And he said, some people have a growth mindset and another person, some set of people has a fixed mindset. Now, when we talk about mindsets, we actually you have the capacity to elevate a new thinking because mindset is all about our thoughts. And definitely, let's say, for instance, you are on the part of the fixed mindset, you can actually elevate your thinking. You can actually work on it. You can actually develop it to the extent of making it being global, because it's possible that your mindset is actually a local one. It can be a mindset that can only stay in maybe K2, Lagos State alone. That's what your mindset is all about. But now you can actually help and grow your mindset to a level of making it global. And if you can actually fix your thinking, your outcome will change. If you have been doing things the same way over and over again, you keep getting the same results. Because if you don't change the way you do things, you can't get a different outcome. So we need to even fix our thinking so that our outcome can change. Even as a nation, if the people that are here in Nigeria, if you can actually fix our thinking, our thoughts, our action, our outcome will definitely change. The way we think matter, because it imparts on our outcome, it imparts on our results. The result in our life is actually related to our mindset. The result you get today is related to the way you think. If you believe that you are rich, you are rich. If you believe that you are poor, you are poor. So that's just it. So we need to fix our thinking. We need to elevate our thinking. We need, the result in our life is actually related to our mindset. So look at your results. Does your result look like your mindset? So you can actually reflect on that. How has my outcome been this year? How has the goals that I've set this year, are they limiting goals? You know, some of us, we set some goals, we set small goals because we believe that I can't actually do it. I can't achieve it. It's not achievable. So look at those goals that you set for 2022. Are they actually limiting goals? Are they fixed mindset goals? Or are they growth mindset goals? Growth mindset goals. So when we look at the picture before us in this slide, it says, for growth mindsets believe that failure is an opportunity to grow. You know, when you fail, somebody with a growth mindset will see that, oh, it's an opportunity for me to grow. It's an opportunity for me to learn. It's an opportunity for me to take stock and see that, okay, what am I not doing well? Is there something I'm not doing right? Is there something I need to learn better? But for a fixed mindset, failure is the limit of my ability. When the person has failed, the person has failed. The person just believes that, oh, I can't go further. I failed WAEC once, I can't do it again. That's the mindset of somebody that is fixed. A fixed mindset will not want to go further, even after failing. So growth mindset believe that, somebody with a growth mindset believe that I can learn to do anything I want. Even though I'm not an artist, I can actually learn to draw. I can actually learn to be creative. That's the mindset of somebody that has a growth mindset. But for a fixed mindset, I'm either good at it or I'm not. You just believe that if I can't do it, I cannot do it. I'm only good in English. I'm not good at mathematics. And I can't do anything related to mathematics. That's just a fixed mindset. A growth mindset believes that they can actually learn something. They can actually put in effort to learn something and there will be good outcome from it. But a fixed mindset believes that, oh, even if I go the extra mile to learn something, it's not my thing. I'm not going to learn anything from it. So a growth mindset also believes that challenges help them to grow. You know, when they face challenges, they see it as an opportunity to grow. But somebody with a fixed mindset don't like challenge. They believe that, oh, in my office, they hate me. Just because they give you something that is a work that is greater than you or bigger than your role, you believe that, this person hates me. I don't like to take challenges. That's a fixed mindset. So we need to work on our thinking. Reflect on this today. Am I actually open to learning? Am I teachable? Now, when we look at this picture as well, by Carol Drake, it talks about the fixed mindset versus the growth mindset. It talks about challenges, like I've mentioned, obstacles. You know, somebody with a fixed mindset gives up easily. They avoid challenges. They see effort as fruitless or worse. They see that for criticism, when people criticize them, they ignore useful negative feedback. They believe that people don't like them. That's a fixed mindset. They believe that they feel threatened by the success of others. When people are succeeding around them, they feel that, oh, they don't like people that succeed around them. They feel threatened. They feel that, oh, They don't like me here and all that. They just have this kind of mentality about success around them. But for a growth mindset leads to a desire to learn and therefore a tendency to embrace challenges. Somebody with a growth mindset keeps learning. The person keeps reading. How do you learn? You read. You expose your mind to reading, to books. You read online, read articles. You don't just scroll on Instagrams. You don't just scroll on WhatsApp status and start jumping from one picture to the other. No, that's not a growth mindset. A growth mindset, read what is helpful to her. As in, what's your career like? Are you actually reading? Are you being exposed? If you are, let's say, for instance, you're in the financial sector, do you know what is actually happening in your sector? For instance, you're in the fashion sector, do you know what is happening in fashion? Are you actually following the right people? Are you on LinkedIn? Not just on Instagram, just scrolling around the Instagram pictures and all that. Are you on LinkedIn? As in, are you on places that you can actually read and get more knowledge about your industry? As in, you get exposed to what is happening in other nations, not just only in Nigeria. So it is reading that exposes us. If you don't read, you can't be exposed. When you read, you can actually travel beyond Nigeria, and you have not left Nigeria. You can read about what people are doing in the US. You can read about what people are doing in India just by reading, Google it, and thank God for Google this time around. You can Google anything and you can get information from Google, as in valuable information. But most times, you know, these our days, we don't just read. We just only want to look at what is going on, news, what's happening, and to, let's say, all these Nollywood artists. That's all you want to hear about. Or you want to know about what is happening to Buhari. That's only what some people want to hear. What's happening to obedience and all that. So we need to invest our time to reading if you want to develop a global mindset. Now, if you want to have a global mindset, now for a growth mindset, we can see that they learn from criticism. If somebody has given a feedback, they learn from it, they hear what the person wants to say, they want to know why the person is saying it and all that. They want to make efforts to change. That's just the growth mindset for you. Now we have mindset to lose. One of the mindsets we need to lose is the entitlement mindset. We need to lose the entitlement mindset. You know, people just believe that, especially in this part of the world, just believe that somebody must help you. So don't just expect people to do stuff for you. Don't just believe that I have one uncle somewhere, he's not helping me. You start complaining, start grumbling, my parents are not helping me. You need to lose entitlement mentality. It will help you globally. You need to lose entitlement mentality. Sometimes you just have to be independent on your own. I know that we can't work in isolation. We still need help and all that, but you just need to lose that entitlement mentality that, oh, this person must give me money. This person must send me to school. What are you doing yourself? Be independent. Don't depend on people. Don't start saying, oh, I've submitted my CV to this person. And even you yourself, how many skills have you learned? Just on your own. So you don't just have to just create this entitlement on your head and start saying people are not helping you. That's why you are not succeeding. That's why you are not where you are today, just because people are not helping. No, you need to lose that mindset. Another mindset we need to lose is limitation mindset. You are not limited. So don't only think about what you don't have. You know, people do this a lot. They'll say, I don't have money. I don't have this. I don't have that. That's why I'm not doing anything. Think about what you have. What do you have? I heard when somebody was giving feedback about what they said yesterday, you can actually volunteer. When you volunteer with an organization, it's an opportunity to grow your mindset as well. You are exposed, you learn new things, you learn their brand, you learn about what they are doing. Volunteer to in places that you feel that you should be. For instance, you are in a fashion industry, you sew, but you don't have money yet. You can go and volunteer in a fashion school. When you volunteer, you enhance your skills, you gain more skills. By the time you are leaving that organization or anywhere you volunteer, you're a better person. So don't just only look at things that you don't have. Look at things that you have. Look inward. Don't just look outward alone. Look inward. Look at things that you have. Sometimes even you have people. People are even enough for you. Look at your abilities. Look at your strengths. So we need to lose the limitation mindset. Don't just only look at what you don't have. Most times we look at what we don't have alone. Another thing we need to lose is us versus them mindset. You know, most of us, we like competing with others, especially on social media. You see somebody explaining, showing their pictures, maybe they've gone on a holiday in Dubai. You don't know the source of that holiday. You don't know, maybe they actually borrowed money to go on an excursion, but you're actually beefing these people. You actually want to be like them. You want to pepper them as well, and you are going to loan as well. So we need to lose this mindset of us versus them mindset. You don't need to compete with others. You need to only compete with yourself. Compete with your own past, as in, stop looking at others before you achieve that goal. Stop looking at others before you develop yourself. So we need to lose the mindset of us versus them. Now, what are the steps to develop a global mindset? What are the steps to develop a global mindset? Number one thing is self-awareness. You need to know who you are. You need to know yourself. Who am I actually? What are my gifts? What are my talents? What are my skills? What can I do even as a young person? You know, you need to be self-aware. What are my strengths? There are several links online that you can actually check out your strength that can help you find it, like Clifton Strength Finder. You can actually use the assessment in getting to know your strengths. You can make use of Tony Robbins. All these assessments are free to discover your strengths and who you are, your personality types. You can actually do that for you to develop a global mindset. Another one is reading. Yes, reading. You need to read. It's important to expose yourself to reading. You need to know what is happening in your industry. You need to know what happened everywhere, because whatever comes to your mind actually comes into your life. So what you read actually expose your mind to certain things, grow your mind, grow your thinking. Reading help you to grow your thoughts, your belief system and all that. So reading is actually important. Reading is important. And thank you for Google as well. You can actually download free books online. If you get to pdf.drive.com, you get to download several books. So when we read, it develops our thoughts. It helps our belief system. When you read, reading actually grows your mindset. So it's very important that you read as well. The next one is see challenges as opportunity. Now, if you are faced with any challenges, you should see it as an opportunity. You should be able to point it out that, oh, this is an opportunity for me to grow. Not just seeing that thing as a barrier, not seeing it as a boundary. You know, we just need to try to view things positively. See that even if the thing looks as if it's a bad thing. You know, sometimes probably your boss in the office has actually told you to do something, and you know that thing, you can't do it. And even if he knows that you can't do that thing, but see it as an opportunity to grow. See it as an opportunity to shine. Instead of saying, oh, I want to quit, that this is challenging, this job is challenging. So we need to start viewing things more positively, because the more difficult the challenge is, the greater the opportunity for learning and growth. You know, when challenges come and they are difficult, and when you try to run away from it, that means there's no opportunity to grow at that point in time. It's just like somebody that wants to write WAEC and the person has failed and the person stopped writing WAEC. Maybe the person decide not to take WAEC the next year and say, no, it's difficult. Will the person be able to gain admission to our institution without WAEC or NECO? Can the person go to the university? It's not possible, because it's one of the criteria for going to higher institution. So that means you must be able to face it. So when we see challenges, we should be able to see it as something positive, an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to learn from it. And when we identify these opportunities, we also need to celebrate ourselves even after we have done that, and we are able to we are able to win as a person. Probably you've been seeing a challenge in your office, they post a challenge to you, you were able to do it well. Celebrate yourself. It's just an opportunity to grow as well. Now, the next one is reflect on each day. Reflect on each day. Now, for us to make a global impact, every day actually counts. Every time counts. Whatever we do with our time actually counts daily. So the way you spend your time is actually important, because time itself is life. If you are not spending your time well, at the end of the day, you will also see the outcome. Everybody will receive their report card at the end of the day. So whatever we do with our time, it's very, very important. So it's necessary for us to reflect on our day. Okay, how did my day go? Was I able to do things well? Don't just reflect on your wins, reflect on your failures as well, things that you didn't do well. Think about it maybe before bed. Okay, how can I actually do things better today? How can I actually face this challenge better another time that I'm faced with it? Because it's possible that you didn't actually win that day. But think about it. What am I not doing right? Even this year, you can actually take a stock of your year. Thank God we're in December. Take a self-assessment about yourself. How many things have I said I will do this year? How many have I done? How many have I actually pushed aside to say, oh, these are big, big goals. I can't overcome them. I can't reach them. What can I do better in 2023? How can I do things better? Because you can't still keep doing things in the same way. If you keep doing things in the same way, you get the same result every year. So you need to reflect on this, reflect on things that have worked for you. What did I do to get to that stage that it worked for me? What are my actions? And if things are not working, what am I doing that is not right? Ask questions from people that have gone ahead as well. So another one is know your strengths. It's important that we know our strengths if we want to develop a global mindset. It's important that you know your strengths. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? So if you know your strengths, it's easier to build on them. You know, sometimes so many people don't know their strength. They only know their weakness. And it's that weakness that they are using. And when you keep using your weakness, what happens? People only see your weakness. And some people they don't work on their weaknesses, because even if you know your weakness, it's an opportunity for you to know how to use it, how to build on it, how to actually make it better, make it your strength, not just using it as weakness and then you are getting a wrong outcome at your place of work. So it's important for you to know your strengths and know your weaknesses. So knowing your strengths and how you can build on these will develop you and it will grow you. You can actually work on areas of development like your weaknesses, things that you are not good at. You can learn things, you can learn it well. Probably you are not good in writing and you need to be writing at your workplace. You can learn how to write. You can take courses. You can read books. You can watch videos, or probably maybe you're a public speaker and you're not doing it well. You can actually work on it. You can work on how you speak, maybe by watching YouTube video, TEDx, by reading and all that. So there's need also to work on an area of development with confidence, with self-belief and self-compassion. Now, the last thing is we need to take our time. Things don't just jump on us. So mindset shift does not happen overnight. No, it does not happen overnight. You just need to be deliberate about it. Mindset shift does not happen overnight, and you must be deliberate. And you must learn a new skill or process. When you want to learn a new skill, it take time. Someone that wants to learn how to sew now, You don't just learn how to sew in one day. It's not possible. To take time, probably 4 years, 3 years. That's why somebody go to the university to study law for 5 years. So that the person is actually learning a skill for 5 years just to be a lawyer. So that means for you to experience a mindset shift, for you to have a global mindset, it's something you need to learn. It's something that you need to work on. It's something you need to be deliberate about. It's something that you need to embrace the process of learning and growing rather than focusing on the end results. So we just need to be deliberate about these things. And if you want to be global, if you want your mindset to be global, that means you must be exposed as well, exposed to what is actually happening all around, what is happening in the USA, what is happening in the UK. Am I actually taking the right courses? Am I actually doing the right things? Because there are some online courses that you can take now, and you can actually be UK certified in some courses. Like for, let's say in education, somebody was telling me a few weeks ago that if you want to be UK certified, you can actually take the courses here in Nigeria, even before traveling out and all that. So we can, you don't just have to be thinking only the local way, as in thinking nationally or locally. No. Even though you are in Nigeria, you can start thinking globally, as in globally. Even when you share things, it's been recognized everywhere and all that. So we need to develop a global mindset so that we can actually be a global individual. I pray that I hope that I have not actually bored you. So thank you so much for listening. If you have questions, I'll read the comment section. And I don't know if you can share.
Awesome. Okay, thank you for that. I can see that the question will start pouring it now. She has talked about global mindsets, and she looked at all the different mindset that we have today that is limiting us. Entitlement, she mentioned entitlement mentality and things like that. You want your rich uncle must do that for you and things like that. You have uncle abroad, so he must invite you, and through your uncle abroad, your uncle did not send you dollar and things like that. People in UK are very stingy. You know the way we talk about it. These people, they don't send money and stuff like that. Let's start sending in our questions so that we can deal with them tonight. From our center in Ondo State, sending your questions from our online viewer on the Facebook community. On the Facebook community, we have 15,000 plus people there watching this live right now. So sending your questions. Malami said, very good. Abulai said, this is an amazing presentation. Thank you. Marvelous said, thank you so much. This is mind exposing for a time like this. 2023, we move, get better. Awesome. Rosa said, thanks. Please put more light on entitlement mentality. I didn't get it well. Okay, so the first question is that somebody wants you to put more light on entitlement mentality or mindset. I didn't get it well. So can you respond to that question? So you have to unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you so much for the feedback. Okay, for the person asking about the entitlement mentality, you know, this attitude that you feel that, let me make an example of maybe somebody that has an uncle who is a governor, and this person has actually graduated from the university. The person has a certificate. You have a certificate in your hand, and instead of you going all out yourself looking for a job, you are sitting somewhere telling people that my uncle is not helping me and he's the governor. You start reporting him everywhere. He's not helping you, he's the governor. What are you supposed to do as a young person if your uncle is not helping you? It's for you to go out there and look for your job by yourself. not by just sitting back and saying somebody is not helping you. Help yourself if somebody is not helping you. Did you get it, please? That's just an entitlement mentality that people have. They just believe that people must help them. They must depend on people. There are some things that we do that we need to depend on people, actually. But there are some things that you don't even need to depend on somebody. Saying that somebody is not sharing maybe your business flyers on our status and you're angry. No, it's not, it shouldn't be. That's an entitlement mentality. Have you actually spoken to the person to help you out? So these are the things that we need to get rid of. Okay, another thing that I feel that I should have added, since somebody mentioned 2023, is you want to develop a global mindset. I want you to reflect on the way you've been thinking, maybe let's say year 2022. How have I been thinking? As in, what's my thoughts like? What's my mindset like? You can actually take some assessment online, like I mentioned. Now, 2023 is almost here now. In the next maybe 30 days, we'll be in 2023. How will this year 2023 be? How can I develop this my mindset? What are the books am I supposed to read for 2023? So you look at the goals you are supposed to set for 2023. Your mindset will reflect in your goals. What courses am I supposed to take? Even those that are doing business. Do I need to go for business training? People that are in school or people that are graduate, do I need to learn more skills? Do I need to take courses? These are the things that we need to think about in this month, which is December, so that we can set those goals before January 1, 2023. You don't need to wait till January 31st before setting that goals, before they start praying in church and say, oh, what are your New Year resolutions? No, start planning now. You can start planning now. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Lord say, wow, mindset. Roslyn say, excellent speech. Another person says she's loaded. Thanks for presentation. Oyebimwe says, time is life, beautiful presentation. Malami says, you really wipe off my hot tears on that matter. Thank you very much. Emmanuel says, please, how do I strengthen my mindset to be able to achieve appreciable milestone next year? How do I strengthen my mindset to be able to achieve appreciable milestone next year?
Okay, since you want to achieve a milestone, and I don't know the kind of milestone you want to achieve, can you look for a book on how maybe somebody has actually achieved that milestone? Probably you're talking in a business way. Maybe you want to make $1 million next year. You can look for somebody that has actually made 1 million naira. You see it on YouTube. You even see it in a book. How did they do these things? So there are so many people that we can learn from. So you are saying, how do I strengthen it? It's by reading. When you read, there's a way it shapes your thoughts and your belief system. So one of the ways to do that is by reading, through affirmation. You can actually write it out, write those things out. What are the milestones I want to achieve next year? Okay, you say it to yourself, oh, in the next 6 months, I'm seeing myself as maybe one of the richest man in Nigeria. Oh no, we are talking about global now. In the world, I'm the richest woman in the world in the next 6 months. And you write steps that will, what are the steps that will take you, that will make you to achieve that milestone? Write it out as well. So don't just think it as, don't just only think it, write them out, write things out. Journaling actually help us as well. Journal those things, write them out in a book. Okay, what are the milestones that I actually want to achieve next year? What are the milestones I want to hit next year? Write them out. After writing it out, look for somebody that has actually achieved things that you want to achieve. How did the person do it? How was the person able to overcome challenges? Because most times there are always challenges. Life is full of ups and downs, and people have gone through this and they've overcome. They are successful. So look for the action steps they took, how they were able to do it, and all that. I hope this helps.
Awesome. That really helped. The next person, Edmond, he said, thank you so much. It is my first day, but I am impressed and motivated. Okay, thank you, Edmond. Adeyinka said quite educative. Emma says, can you please throw a little more light on us versus them mindsets?
Us versus them mindset, it's just this competition. You just like to compete with people. Somebody bought a car, you also want to buy your own, and normally you don't need that car. You have your own car, probably you have 1 or 2 cars. You want to pepper them as well. You want to compete with them, or you just want to strive to beat them out. That kind of thinking. You just want to pepper them, beat them down. You're always competing yourself with other people, and most times the others that you're competing yourself with, that you're running after, they are not even seeing you. So sometimes some people there are some routes that some people take in doing some things. You don't know about it, but you want to actually do what they are doing, not knowing that they are taking another route, and you want to kill yourself just because of the outcome of that person. So it's just like a competitive mindset. I'm not saying that we should not compete with people, but it should be a very good way, not a bad competition. Competing people to buy cars, competing people to just have to just strive, all this striving attitude, envy, being envious, jealousy. No, it's wrong.
Okay, for that contribution and response. We have another one. You say, okay, thanks. So we can say that entitled mentality is same like dependent mindset as well. Okay, we have from the viewing center from Ondo State. Please, can you resend your questions? I only saw PS here. Okay, can we call us versus them on LD? Someone say, can we call us versus them on LD? So I think you have talked about that. How do I know my area of strength? From Oyebimpe, how do I know my area of strength?
Okay, what are the things that that you do without struggling, without people pushing you to do it? Some people actually love to speak. Like, for example, Fela Adetiloye. Somebody like that, one of his strengths is speaking. Even without you asking him, everybody knows it. So what are the things that you do without stressing yourself, without struggling? And like I said earlier, there are some strength assessments that we can take. Probably I'll look for the link and send it. We can take, they are free strength assessments. And when you take it, you will know that it's actually relatable and all that. It will be very, as in, you would think that the strength assessment knows you actually. So we can take Clifton Strengths Finders. We can use it to know our strengths. We can use Tony Robinson as well to know our strengths. It will actually help us.
Okay, so if you can get that link across to us, we can drop it in the meeting chat before we end today. To know your strength, there is a link that you can follow, answer their question, and they will definitely give you responses. From our viewing center in Ondo State, it said, please, Ma, can you please explain fixed thinking mindset again? Fixed thinking mindset.
I think I'm going to use it too, so that the person can understand. Like I said earlier, I said a growth mindset means that you believe your intelligence and talents can be developed over time. You believe that you can learn something, that whatever you want to learn, you can learn. There are some people that they will take a job that they don't know anything about, and they will say, oh, can you do this? They will say yes. That's a growth mindset. But some people, they will want to give them a contract worth 10 million naira. and they will say, can you do this? Instead of them to say yes first, I'm going to look for how to do it, they will say, no, I can't do it. And that's how they will lose the contract. I've heard of so many people that they don't know how to do something and they got that contract. They will just go and look for people that can do it and they will pay them, and that's how they will win it. So a growth mindset believes that they can actually do something. They can be developed over time. They can learn something. So that's why somebody will get a job and they'll be asking, oh, can you write? The person saying, I will learn how, I can do it. And the person does not know how to write. And when they employ the person learns on the job. So that's a growth mindset. And for a fixed mindset will believe that, no, I don't know it. I don't know it. I don't know it. I can't learn it. Even if they are saying, they will teach you on the job. The person is saying, no, it's difficult. So a fixed mindset does not believe that they are good in anything. They just believe that probably they are good in one thing. That one is only that one thing they are good at. They are good in mathematics. It's only mathematics that they can only teach. They can't try to teach English. So they just believe that if you are not good at something, you might believe that you will never be good at all. That's just their mindset that, oh, if I'm not good at this thing, I can never be good at it. I can't sew, that's it, and I can't learn it. If I learn it, I'll be bad at it. That's a fixed mindset for you. So a fixed mindset does not believe that he or she can actually learn something and be good at it. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, we have another question here. How easily can I spot my weakness? How easily can I spot my weakness?
Okay, the way people notice your strength, that's the way people notice your weakness as well. If you're not doing something well, let's say for instance at your workplace, you have an attitude of procrastination. Do you know procrastination is a weakness? Some people can procrastinate for Africa. They ask them to do something now, they can't just turn it in. They can't meet deadlines, never. Some people like submitting their work after deadline. That is a weakness. You need to work on it. So the way people will spot your strength, that's the way they will spot your weakness as well. They will notice that you are anything that people are complaining about, look at it, think about it. If that thing is not even helping you, that means a weakness to you. If that thing is not earning you money, is bringing a negative feedback all the time, it's a weakness. So there are things, so we need to just look at it. It can be procrastination. It can be maybe, it can even be little things. You know, some people don't stick to time. It can be that as well. So it's very easy to spot. If you can spot your strengths, you can actually spot your weakness as well.
All right, thank you very much. Sharing is saying Thanksgiving is thanking you. All right. Oyebimbe says thanks for the response from Igba. Okay, thank you, ma. Another question here. Please, ma, when you said we shouldn't have entitlement mindset and have independent mindset, but is it bad when you expect just a push from one sibling better than us, when even you are self-independent? Then where do we put blood bond, man?
Okay, I must say it's not bad for you to ask for help. I'm telling you, it's not bad. It's not bad to ask for help. But for you to not be saying, be complaining, be grumbling that this one is not helping me, this one is not helping me, no, don't be entitled. Everybody has their own life. Do you get? If they don't help you, no problem. If they are saying no, no problem. Another person will say yes. I'm not saying you should not seek for help sometimes. But sometimes most people don't do anything. They sit back and they say, somebody somewhere, my brother will be sending money to me every month at the end of the month, so I should expect more from that person. No, don't think that way. I'm not saying your brothers should not help. I have siblings as well. I send money to them. But if I don't send to them, they should not be feeling that, I'm a bad auntie or I'm a bad sister. No, don't feel entitled. Also work on your own, as in do things. By the time you are struggling as well, you see that even they themselves, they want to help you as well. So I'm not saying it's bad for siblings or for family members to help, but I'm just saying that for you to say they are not helping you, complaining all about feeling entitled, no. If they don't do it, it's fine. There's nothing you should do about them. it's fine. It's very fine. And if they do it, it is fine as well.
Okay, awesome. So the next one, can it be said that a growth mindset is flexible while a fixed mindset is rigid?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. Sunday Adiguse, thank you for your presentation, ma. Then Marvelous say, please don't forget the link for the test. God bless you, really good. Malami say, so encouraging. Thank you, ma. So we want to really appreciate Mrs. Bunmi Adetiloye for this awesome presentation on developing a mindset that can take us global. Because definitely, if you think like this, you can never remain the same, because people will be able to recommend you for different places. We have an example. Okay, so the links are dropping at tonyrobinson.com/DISC. So we can go to that link for our strength finding test. So after today, you can do that, because we still have 2 sections waiting for us. We'll take the last question now from Igbaroke Center. It said, for example, man, when a person who failed WAEC and he want to resit for the exam again, and his parent is not willing to pay exam fee, what can such person do? And you said we should see challenge as an opportunity.
Now, since your parent is not actually, okay, probably the person's parent does not want to pay. The person has finished WAEC, the person wants to write WAEC. Thank God for online work now. The person should learn a skill. There are skills you can learn for free, like design. People pay for design now. Canva design, you can learn it for free, and you design for people and you get paid. The person can actually go and work. They take secondary school in, let's say all this primary school, the person can actually work as an assistant teacher, where I don't know the person's location. Like for instance, if the person is working in Lagos, the person has school SAT in a secondary school. My star was telling me about a school that the lady was an assistant teacher or a boss something, and the person was getting 60,000 naira per month. And I'm sure that it's possible that because of your location, you may not get up to that. Probably you can be getting maybe 20,000 per month in some places. You can save and pay for your WAEC. And another option is to pray that God send them to you. If God does not use your parents, God should use your family members. If God does not use your family members, God can use your church member to pay your WAEC fees. And if these people are not coming, they are not paying, go and work and pay by yourself. We've seen people that paid their WAEC by themselves. We read of stories of people that paid their WAEC themselves and they sent themselves to university. Though it was not easy, I'm not saying it will be easy. It's not going to be easy, but it's possible for you to pay by yourself. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. Time that we spent here. My people, can you just give that session 1 or 2 words? Samuel says, my take is it is good to be self-dependent, and if anybody gives you anything, it will come as added advantage. Thank you very much, Samuel. Can we just give this word, this session, 1 or 2 words, and let's appreciate Mrs. Bunmi Adetiloye. Thank you so much, ma. We really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Mind blowing, ma. Great job from Shegun. Educative from OABK. Thank you so much. From Igbaroke Center, they are saying thank you so much, ma, and all that.